He proudly served our country as a U.S. Marine, and after he came back from the war, he found that it was very difficult to do what he needed to do to survive, and he found himself eventually homeless. So we have a special guest with us today.
Veteran Jorge Lopez has made a comeback, and he comes with us. He comes here to share his story. So you saw active combat.
Yes, back in '76, even though Vietnam was officially over in '72, we still saw some stuff. Like they do now over in the desert. There's still stuff happening over there. You still got people coming back in body bags. So it's still an active thing.
So when you came back from the war, what happened?
For me, it was an adjustment problem initially, because even though they make an effort to not deprogram you, but at least talk you down and then get you ready to a transition, there's still not enough for us to go back to being civilians. Because straight out of high school when I went in, and then you go in the military, you do the whole thing, and it's a little bit difficult for some of us to get back into the stride and then not, get up in the middle of the night and think something's happening.
Did they set you up with any kind of placement or opportunities for jobs when you come back, or is it just expected that you would
There are
know?
places, no, there are places there. What I decided to do was to stay more close to family, and I went in that direction. Okay. Still difficult to do, and it got to the point to where some of my relationships, suffered because I still didn't decompress, as you will. Okay.
So you found yourself actually homeless then?
Yes, for 4 years prior to coming to school here. That's because Countrywide got into my life. The woman I was renting a room from, her house, somehow she either refied or how banks buy loans. She got involved with Countrywide, and before you know it, we're all homeless. And she was able to go with family. I had some family, but I still want to do things on my own. And I elected to stay by myself. And it took 4 years to get out of that. And when I did finally break free from that, I was able to go back to school, which was a goal of mine to do. And here I am taking a class in microcomputers, 26-week course. This is the end of week 14, so I'm more than halfway.
Yeah, that's great.
So I'm doing fine.
Good.
Thank you very much.
Very well. Now, I understand they also have a program, or they have a system here where they will help you look into positions or be interviewed by companies. Is that
Yes,
correct?
they have a very interesting and very fulfilling internship. They actually go to people who were either former students or vendors who we work with, and you get to go there for a couple of weeks and actually get into the meat and potatoes, if you will, versus what we do at school, which is pretty much some class, some hands-on, and some repair. And that gives you a leeway or a segue into business.
So what are some of your future plans?
Well, I would like to get degreed, if I may. It's just going to take a little while for here. They have a nice degree program here that I'm interested in getting. And or before I do that, there's a few more classes to add to my computer classes, which would be graphics and or videotaping. Okay, they have one here that I want to at least look into and see if I qualify.
Okay, great.
So what always held you up, or what made you kind of have that faith or that hope that you would succeed and you would move away from homelessness?
Thank you for asking that. I happen to be an Eagle Scout as well, so that you learn at a young age through Boy Scouts that there's always another day. You will have, or rather they teach you rather, that besides having another day, you have the opportunity to pull up your boots and then get up, dust your knees, and move on. Okay, so I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for the education I've gotten. And this was basically my trial, or my cross to bear, that I finally was able to get to a place to where I got some assistance through services, and I met people from the school at a stand down that got me here.
Amazing. Thank you so much, George,
I appreciate
Jorge,
it.
for being on with us today.
Thank
really
you.
appreciate
Thank
your
you.
message, and I'd
Very
really like to hear
inspirational,
more.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you so much. And up next, we have Chef Paul Rodriguez with us, and he is going to make a special sorbet out of acai berries. Up next.